Good morning, children. Welcome to your science lesson for today. Today is Wednesday, the 2nd of December, 2020. So, your lesson for today is about the five basic needs, or the five things that a person needs for him to live or to survive. The first one is oxygen. Let's say it, oxygen. Okay, now we breathe in oxygen. We breathe out carbon dioxide. Oh, you still remember. That's good. So, where do we get oxygen? Trees. Yes, we get oxygen from trees and basically from plants. That is why it is important to plant trees and plants. So another source of oxygen is what we call the planktons. So they are like plants from the sea. Okay, but anyway, here on land, we get most of our oxygen from trees and other plants. Excuse me. Okay, and then let's go to the next one, water. Let's say it, water. We can say it as water or water. Okay, both are correct. So, where does water come from? Rain, yes, from um, as a process of precipitation, correct? I hope you still remember. And then, so the water will fill up lakes, rivers, rivers. Yes, but this is what happens if there is no enough of water. Okay, so what happens is the land will dry up. Yes, so as you can see, there are no animals around. It means that the water is not enough. Okay, so all right, next is food. Where does food come from? Ta-da! Ta-da! What is this? What are these two? These are, actually, we have one more. Okay, these are animals. Yes. So we get our food from animals. And then, what are these? Vegetables. Yes, vegetables from plants. Okay, we also get fruits from plants because technically fruits are from plants. And of course, fruits are plants. And then we have fish. Yes, there you go. Okay. Oh, I love fish. And then we go to, okay, shelter. So when we say shelter, something that can protect you from the harsh or bad weather. For example, rain. So where do you go when it rains? So inside a house or inside a building, right? So hold on. Okay, so when it rains, you go inside the building. When the sun is too hot, then you still go inside a building or inside a tent or inside a house or inside a hut. Okay, now materials to build the shelter or these houses to protect us are from the environment, such as what are these? These are logs, yes, from trees. Yes, and trees are also considered as plants. There you go. What else do we use for our houses? Rocks. Yes. Yeah, we also use rocks for our houses. And then what's this? Okay, it's grass. Look at these huts, guys, these houses. The roof is actually made of grass. Okay, dried grass, of course. And then we also have, okay, what do we call this? Steel. Okay, let's say it again, steel. So steel is from iron core. All right, there. And the iron core can also be found in big rocks. And then we go to warmth. Okay, so warmth or heat. Of course, we need to feel warm because if it's too cold, okay, we would be very uncomfortable. So warmth from what? From fire. Ooh, fire. Yes. Another one from the sun. Okay. So, because if you go under the sun, then of course you would feel warm, you would feel hot. And then warmth from electricity or power. And the last one would be warmth from clothes. Okay. There you go. And now, so what happens if there are more and more and more people around the world? So if there are more people, then there are more needs, right? So if there are 5 people, then we need more things like houses or food or um, sources of warmth for 5 people. If there are 10 people, then we need even more. So look at this example. So we need more houses because there are more people. We need more cars, more bicycles, more motorcycles or your motorbikes. Okay. So next is more food, right? So people would produce and produce or make and make and make and make and make things for people. And then more clothes. Okay, so now what happens if we make and make and make and make more things for people? Then we have pollution. Okay, the pollution happens as a result of the things that we do for people. For example, in factories, so there are I think there are many factories in Cambodia, right? So some factories make clothes. Okay, and of course there are so many wastes that come from factories. So not just for clothes, there are many factories that make plates or dishes, for example. There are so many wastes that come from those factories. Now, let's talk about the kinds of pollution. So, the first one, let me show you. Okay, so these are actually examples of factories. So, because they have very big furnaces, they have big equipment, big machines, they use more and more energy. They burn more coal. So now, what happens to the burnt coal? It goes out into the environment, it goes out into the air. So what happens is sometimes there is, of course, there's dirty air, right? And then we have smog. This is a picture of a city in China. This is called smog, okay? Smoke and fog. So I cannot see very clearly anymore. Okay, let's go to water pollution. Oops, what do you see? Trash. Yes, trash, rubbish, garbage. Okay, there. So if we have trash in the water, then what will happen to the animals? They will die. The animals in the water, I mean, fish, shrimp, right? Even because we have sometimes we have snakes and crocodiles and frogs in the water, even turtles. Okay, so if the water gets too dirty, some of the plants and animals can also die. Sad life. Okay, so next is soil or land pollution. Now, we produce or we make too much trash, right? So have you ever wondered where the trash goes to? Okay, so we have what we call landfill. So the landfill or the dump site is where the trucks put our trash. So as you can see, if we have a lot of trash, what do you think can happen to the soil? Uh-huh. Imagine that you're putting too much lotion or any chemical to your skin. So of course your skin will hurt. It's like poisoning your skin. It's also the same in the case of land. So it will also get poisoned. And then when we use more this And when we use too much fertilizer or and pesticide, then the soil can still be damaged. Okay, it's not healthy anymore. So we need more and more fertilizers. And then we have noise pollution. Oh, noise pollution happens when there's just too much noise in a place. Okay, it's not good because, first of all, you cannot rest, correct? Because if you, for you to be able to rest or sleep, you have to have a quiet place. All right. Another one is it can also damage your ears. It can also destroy, or it can destroy your eardrums, and you cannot hear clearly in the future. Right. And then next one is light pollution. So this is a fairly new one. So what happens if there is light pollution? So there's just too much light. It's too much light. Okay. So in cases of light pollution, you know that there are scientists that study the sky. And of course, they study the sky usually at night so that they can see the stars, right? But if there's too much light on Earth, sometimes the process that they are doing can be disrupted or can be disturbed. Okay. And also, if there's too much light on Earth, we cannot see the stars as clearly as before. Okay. So anyway, that's it for today, my dear children. So the activity for today for science is worksheet number 1. Okay, so enjoy your work, guys, and I will see you later for your healthy habits. All right, mwah, 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 mwah.